Well, Ron DeSantis is, when I say his name, what do you think this segment's going to be about? Well, there's probably a title on the video you clicked on, but if you're watching or listening to the full show, you don't know yet. What do you think Ron DeSantis is angry at right now? Say it with me. Woke. His war on woke continues. And now he's a little defensive because people, not that he's thinking of me in particular, but people such as myself, constantly make fun of his obsession with woke because it all is just this nebulous fight against a boogeyman that the right wing is obsessed with right now. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Woke had a meaning. It kind of had to do with being aware of social injustices and wanting to address them. But now it's just become whatever the right wing is upset with that day, that's woke. And woke's the biggest threat to America, and it's very silly. And Ron DeSantis is hearing that, apparently, and is very defensive. And in the clip I'm going to show you, he's trying to beg people to understand, no, my fight against woke, it matters, okay? It matters. I'm doing a good thing here. Take a look.
And some people say not to worry about woke, that it's not something that we should be concerned of. First of all, having a society that's rooted in truth is important. Don't tell me that a man can get pregnant and expect me to accept that. I will not accept that, and we cannot have a society that accepts that. But even aside from that, don't think that woke doesn't have an impact on your life and will really be able to have a devastating impact if it takes hold even further. When woke takes our economy by things like ESG, the average person becomes poorer as a result of that. When woke overtakes the education system, the average student becomes dumber as a result of that. When woke overtakes our criminal justice system, like it has in San Francisco, like it has in Los Angeles, the average person becomes less safe in their communities as a result of it. Don't
tell me to stop talking about woke. He started it by saying it's important to have a society, something like this, that is built on a foundation of truth. I agree. And that's why I'm opposed to your party that has convinced 63% of its voters to believe that an election that was free and fair was stolen. Maybe you focus on that. That seems like a pretty prominent case of the truth not being prioritized in a political movement. But then what he's talking about with wokeness makes education bad, wokeness makes communities poorer, and wokeness makes crime worse, and whatever it might be. I covered, when guest hosting for the David Pakman show, the San Francisco video he posted that was really strange. You can go watch my segment on that. But what I was talking about is when Republicans come in and try to say that, look at all these horrible places that are going to hell because of the terrible liberal woke policies, like San Francisco and New York City. They always ignore that any of the metrics they would use to say that in any objective sense of a crime rate or of a poverty rate or whatever. There are so many red areas that have far worse problems on those very same metrics, right? And so when he talks about wokeness is destroying education, really? Why is it that blue states then have disproportionately better education systems when they're ranked? Or wokeness is causing high crime. Really? Then why is it that in 2020, the study we've talked about that was done showed that red states that voted for Donald Trump in the 2020 election had 40% higher homicide rates than blue states that voted for Joe Biden? And whatever it might be, it makes infrastructure bad. Why is disproportionately it the case that blue states see higher rankings on infrastructure scores? So all of these things, it's just a vague gesture towards we don't like woke. It's not actually tapping into real numbers, raw data. And that's why I talked about with this video he posted in San Francisco in some alleyway saying, see, this is the result of liberal policies. But then you go compare Florida cities, for example, looking at homicide rates again, and San Francisco, which blue areas definitely have problems, but San Francisco has a lower homicide rate than Jacksonville, Florida, for example. So why not care about something a little closer to home, Ron DeSantis? Is that a result of your horrible Republican policies? Oh, no, it's not. So It's really dishonest and it's lazy. That's what I would kind of characterize all this as. It's so lazy because they've created now a way to never have to actually have a substantive argument. They don't have to dive into, well, why would this city see these results and this state see these results? And why is poverty disproportionately higher in red states? Why is it that out of the top 10 highest poverty states in the country, 9 out of 10 of them are red states? Why is that? It's not to make fun. It's not to say we don't care. It's just to say this is the result, clearly. Or at least the reality, clearly. And there seems to be a very common thread through some of these trends we see within our reality and the political umbrella above it. And so instead of engaging with that, he can just say, woke bad. Woo! And people will cheer. Very strange. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.